All right, so we have a little treat for you. So this is a coaching call from the Agency Owners Association. This is a group that Neil and I have for agency owners to help you grow faster. So if you're in the agency space, you are a services business, this is applicable to you. It's a little preview of a call. It's probably 10, 15 minutes or so, and you get a sense for what it looks like to be in the group. If you want to learn more about the group, you can go to marketingschool.io/agency. Again, it's marketingschool.io/agency. Hope you enjoy the episode.
One of my questions was, I just go ahead and do it. I'm getting so much inbound these days, trying to acquire my company, and I don't understand why. And I don't know if you saw the notes, but I just wanted to someone explain to me why I'm getting so much inbound to try to buy my company. I don't have automation in my company. I don't have like recurring revenue stuff that a lot of you guys have. Because I have a brand strategy agency, media buying. I do a lot of custom development for really large companies. So it's not set up for, rolling things. I have contracts, but not like, I feel like you all have a lot of just invisible money that when you're sleeping, like people are signing up for things. That's just not how my company operates. So anyway, my question was, my question really is why would anybody want to acquire a company that doesn't have the things I just mentioned, the money while you sleep? And two, if I was ready to sell my company, what ideas could you share that would say, you know what, these are the types of things you should do to make your company more appealing for someone to want to buy? And I say that my business, I've been in business for almost 30 years. No, wait, I'm sorry. I've been married 32 years, but my business has been almost that much amount of time. So I have a lot of brand authority, and I do have assets that I could sell that are connected to the company name. And I also have certifications as a woman-owned business and a Black-owned business. So if a woman-owned or Black-owned wanted to acquire my company, it would probably be, easier for them, right? Because I have all these things. So anyway, I'm really interested to hear what you all think, because I actually have a couple of very serious, interested brokers, not buyers, brokers that are like, we have people that want your company, which I'm like, okay, why? That was my first question. And my second question was,
We'll just go with your first for now, Ginger.
Okay, that's totally fair. Totally fair. Fair. Yeah.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Sorry, I got a lot of opinions. No, I've had three exits: software, services, franchise. The key that I think what's happening today, why there's a lot of activity, is a lot of baby boomers are retiring and they don't really have a way to get rid of their business. So there's a lot of brokers who are scraping businesses that there's a buyer out there, and there is a lot of smart money out there, buyers that are buying businesses probably at a lower valuation just because the company's not ready to sell, and they have the team behind it to bring in management, marketing, whatever, to spin it up. And then maybe they have already interested buyers at a higher level, like PE firms, things like that would buy it if they built it up and set it up for sale, if you will. Definitely monthly recurring revenue, MRR, is a key. So, if there's a way to find, ideate and find services that you could offer your clients that give them peace of mind, maybe after the project's done, where it's kind of like a support contract, or there's lots of ways to do it. I don't know exactly what you do. I've done this for a lot of startups. I'm in kind of one of the top 10 incubators in the world here in Cincinnati. And so I do a lot of mentoring with startups. So we do a lot of planning for exit at the beginning. But I would just say definitely want to build up the more MRR you have, the more valuation multiple you could get. The other aspect is, is a business dependent on you. If you won the lottery today, would the business be able to operate by itself, or, with somebody there? You want to get to that point. The more closer you are to that, the more value there is for a buyer. I'll leave it at that. Other guys probably have other ideas as well.
Kevin, I have a question.
Well, I guess that's my point, though. I just answered your question. Like, no, the company does not run without me. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would walk away and I would probably buy property in France and never come back to the United States, number one. I'm just not set up for that. I have a degree from an art school. I graduated with a branding and visual communications degree. I do a lot of marketing strategy and creative strategy, a lot of media buying for really large companies. And so I'm like, if you were to think of a, I don't know if you're familiar with the branding world, but companies like Landor, which I'm not at that level, but like that's the kind of work that I do, right?
Wow.
The type
That's
Landor
impressive.
or Pentagram, things like that.
Right.
So I'm really a creative agency that happens to have a very high competency in the digital marketing space.
Got it. Yeah.
So I guess that's my question is I'm not understanding why these people are interested in putting my company up for market, because I'm not digital marketing, and maybe there's just confusion in terms of what digital marketing is versus creative marketing. I don't know.
I'm sure everybody here is getting the same emails, but I get
That's fair.
Get 6, 7 a month. People just throwing out there, hey Kevin, are you open to selling your business? Are you open to doing this? So it's definitely a hot thing right now. It seems like a lot of brokers going after agencies. They might not know what you do. They haven't done their due diligence. Many times they get you on the phone.
They haven't done due diligence. Okay.
Yeah. So due diligence, that's another thing you're going to want to do to prep for selling, is to have a book, or like a virtual book, if you will, that has all your financials, all your, everything's kind of there that you could hand to somebody digitally or physically, that would allow them to do due diligence. That's going to increase.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah. I appreciate that. I do have that. I have all that, which is again why I'm still, I guess I'm just, I mean, am I ready to sell? Maybe. I have 3 other companies, like I'm an entrepreneur. I don't need this company, really. So, and that's my second piece is, if I'm not interested in monthly recurring revenue, because I'm not interested in setting up my company like that, what would I do to make it, somebody would want it? Like, why would, you know what I mean? That's like, what would you
I think it would probably take longer than what we have on here to kind of brainstorm with you, but I'm sure we would love to do that.
I got to take a minute to tell you about the Agency Owners Association. This is a peer group for agency owners. Think YPO or EO, but for agency owners. And I just wanted to read you a couple of testimonials. So this first one comes from Carrie, and we asked her, what do you like most about the group? She said, having a group of people to discuss and bounce ideas. The leads are great too. Yes, we share leads in this group as well. This one from Alian, he says, the ability to really post whatever I want and need, and the group responds. Great experienced members, getting a lot of insights from conversations with other members, getting a lot of value from sessions from Eric, getting advice from others as well. And so if you want to grow your agency faster and you want a peer group to do so, just go to marketingschool.io/agency. This is a group that both Neil and I created, and our hope here is to create a vibrant community of agency owners and do a lot more with it in the future. So again, marketingschool.io/agency, and we'll see you inside.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. How do you know if they really have a buyer who's asked them about your brand, or they're just scraping, as you say? How do you get them to reveal if they're actually the real deal, or trying to find like random deals out there?
Who is that to, Adam?
That's to you, Kevin, because you've done this a few times.
Yeah. So
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Yeah. So to address your question, Adam, I think the key is knowing how you place in the marketplace of your competitors and stuff. The more you know, the more like if people are just inquiring, it's just like spam. Like you get those SEO emails. If you don't know what SEO is and stuff, it says your site sucks. It makes you feel vulnerable. And so they know how to, hit you with those points. Like, hey, your business is highly regarded right now. You got a marketing agency. We're looking at, we're working on behalf of buyers for agency. They say all the right things. The key is to know what multiple you could probably get for your business. If you're doing $1 million a year, let's say you have a 50% profit margin, you're probably going to get 3 to 5 times multiple for your business. You want to know some financial aspects of the business, how much of that's reoccurring, how much of that's kind of one-off, things like that. But, at a high level, you could say, hey, my company's worth about 3 million right now on the low end.
I just want to know if they're full of shit or not. That's really what I think. Is this just like
They're not full of shit.
Someone who asked about our company, or is it just them just
no,
trying to
this is them. I'll tell you what they're trying to do. They get paid very well from businesses for doing all the knocking on the door and finding the deals. What they do is they kind of pull you out of the water like a fish, and they see if you're big enough, basically. And if you're big enough, they throw you in the boat. If
so they don't really have, I mean, they have people who are buying things, but they don't have.
They probably have high level criteria, right? I mean, look, you got to take this statistic into account, right? I heard something like 54,000 agencies are launched in the US every year. In the like 10% of them will be gone in the first year, 90% of them will be gone in 5 years. So at a high level, you can look for an agency that's just lasted 5 years, and you know that agency's made it. They've made it a long ways, right? And so they might be someone that you want to pull them out of the water and measure them, right? But that's all they really know is high level, right? Like, okay, you've got a certain number of employees, you've lasted 5 to 10 years, or Adam, you've been in business a lot longer than that, right? But you know, so I think that's really it, right?
Yeah,
but it's like you said, they're just canvassers. They're looking for deals, right?
For them to do a deal, Adam, on the bottom, you know, I would say low 7 figures, you know, 1 million or above is really, they'll say high 6 figures, but you got to really be on the profitable side and the systems. You got to have a lot of good systems, and it's not a niche that, or it could be very niched, and that's what they're looking for. Sometimes their buyers are just looking to plug a hole in their agency. So you could be worth on that end. It's worth talking to a few of these brokers and seeing what they're looking for, but just don't have a lot of expectations.
All right, quick note. This is about my company. It's called Single Grain, and Single Grain is an ad agency where we're focused on driving innovation. I want to talk about a couple of new strategies, and if you need help with marketing, great. If not, here are a couple of new strategies that you should try out. One is programmatic CRO. So we are doing programmatic conversion rate optimization on our site. So it's building products that will automatically optimize your site to increase conversion rates. We're also auto-optimizing, auto-updating from an SEO standpoint, and we're constantly thinking about what else we can do in terms of enriching the visitors that are hitting your website, and also tailoring custom messages for them using AI. And so there's a handful of things that we're doing from a marketing standpoint, and our mission is just to drive more innovation. So if you want to learn more, just go to singlegrain.com, grain like rice. So singlegrain.com to learn more, and we'll see you inside.
I like it. You seem very definitive, very knowledgeable about it, and it's interesting. So I do appreciate that information, and I'll just kind of think a little bit more about it.
One of the things I recommend is, so I'm on a couple of newsletters for a couple of these brokerage firms. There's a few that specialize specifically in marketing agencies, right? And like you can get on their newsletter, and I get like daily, they'll show me these agencies that are for sale. And they give me some high level statistics or high level metrics about the agency. And then like, if you want to know a little bit more, you can sign an NDA and learn a little bit more. But it's a good way to just kind of keep tabs on the market and what agencies are trying to sell for, you know, the metrics that they're looking at and things like that. So just an idea.
I'd love to know more about that. Do you have links that you could email me with that, or send it up to the to the school, to our marketing group website? Email me through that portal. That would be awesome.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend in Chicago, you know, she sold her company, her branding company as well, and she didn't have any returning revenue. I mean, she didn't have that. She did have contracts, which I have. You know, the hope is that your contracts allow you to, you know, transfer the contract, you know, over to another whatever. So that's what she had. I don't know that she had, like, I've got some, you know, government contracts, which is a little different. I don't know if they're transferable or not. So it's just something to think about. Yeah.
Thanks, Ginger.
Thank you.